Hi, this is Arthur, and this is a summary of the story of the world quest Chenyu's Blessing of Sunken Jade, released in Genshin Impact version 4.4. The Traveler and Paimon head to Chenyu Vale when they are whisked away by an Adeptus named Fujin. Fujin asks the Traveler to investigate the recent decline in the ecology of Chenyu Vale. If left alone, it will inevitably cause harm to the local people. Fujin says the Traveler is unusually compatible with the local spirit veins, and Fujin gives the Traveler access to the adeptal energy in the environment. The Traveler then heads to Chaoying village and meets Grandpa Lu. Grandpa Lu tells them something is wrong with the soil and water, and it is affecting the quality of their tea leaves. Tea leaves are their primary export. Grandpa Lu takes them to see the village chief, Uncle Law. They sample some tea leaves together, and it is clear there is something wrong with the new batch of tea. Grandpa Lu says the issue is the soil and water, while Uncle Law says it must be the tea cauldron. Grandpa Lu then volunteers the Traveler to go to Yilong Wharf to find the Fontainian mechanic they often use to fix this stuff. They head over, and along the way they bump into Fujin again and have a chat about finding jade treasures and performing the Rain Jade rite. They continue on and reach Yilong Wharf. They soon find the mechanic talking to a little boy. The mechanic is named Ota Montagna, who is a member of the Fontaine Research Institute. The boy is named Little Mao and is a local. They tell Ota Montagna Uncle Law is looking for her, and she heads off to Chaoying village. They continue talking to Little Mao, and it seems he has a friend who also wants to restore the local ecology. Little Mao says he knows where they can find some leads on how to fix things, so they head there together. Little Mao takes the Traveler to a mural depicting ancient people performing a ritual. Little Mao explains that long ago people used to throw magic jade in the river as a way to ensure good weather and fertile soil. Little Mao concludes that finding this magic jade will help fix Chenyu Vale. They head to a watchtower at Yilong Wharf for some perspective before heading to the jade mouth where the jade might be. On the way they take a boat ride, and Little Mao tells the story of how the river was formed. Long ago, a god tried to redirect the river to drown the millilith stationed on the banks. Two of the god's subordinates, a giant white snake and a giant carp, disobeyed their orders to flood the area. Instead, the white snake held off the god while the carp threw the jade she wore into the river, preventing the river from flooding ever again. This is why the tea ceremony in Chenyu Vale is dedicated to the carp who protected the region and also planted its first tea tree. They eventually reach the jade mouth and solve some puzzles, creating a whirlpool. They hop in the whirlpool and soon bump into Fujin. They make their way to a large piece of jade and chat. They introduce Fujin to Little Mao, and Fujin notices a recognizable scent on him. Turns out, all the knowledge Little Mao has about Chenyu Vale's history comes from a friend who Fujin also knows. Fujin says she hasn't seen that friend in a long time. Fujin then tells them to collect the piece of votive rain jade behind her. Fujin explains that long ago, great changes in the local environment caused the people to lose the ability to communicate with the heavens. As a result, they began to throw jade in the river and pray for good omens. These rituals grew in power until the war between gods came over who would rule over this world. The ritual continued, but the meaning was since lost. This votive rain jade in front of them is the last one to ever be thrown. Through adeptal arts, it has enough power to stop floods, among other things. Fujin tells them to meet in the south after collecting adeptal energy and restoring the votive rain jade. They gather adeptal energy, restore the votive rain jade, shrink it into a carryable size, and take it with them. They then head south to Fogbank River and meet Little Mao's friend along the way. Turns out, Little Mao's friend is a big blue creature Little Mao calls Bluey. They chat a bit before Little Mao takes him to another mural. The mural recounts the story Fujin told them earlier. They continue on and bump into Fujin, who takes them into the fog. They eventually reach a place where adeptal energy gathers and the Rain Jade rite can be performed. Fujin asks the Traveler to restore the sacred simulacra, and the Traveler does so. Fujin then attempts to perform the Rain Jade rite, but it fails. Fujin is too weak and suggests she can regain power if they collect golden carps scattered around Chenyu Vale. They do so, and along the way, Fujin confirms that she and her friend Herblord were the two who defected against the god in Little Mao's story. Fujin confirms these events took place during the Archon War. Their lord at the time was intent on defeating Morax in order to obtain the position of a god who may rule this world. They chose to rebel against their lord in order to protect the people of Chenyu Vale from the flooding. Fujin also seems to confirm that Herblord is currently settled in Liyue Harbor. Side note, the only white snake I can think of in Liyue Harbor is Changsheng, the talking snake wrapped around Baiju. Little Mao also talks about how he first met Bluey and how Bluey rescued him from some wild beasts. Little Mao became friends with Bluey after that and they chatted often. They finish gathering the golden carps and head back to Fogbank River, clearing the fog and revealing Chiwang Terrace. They head over to Chiwang Terrace and bump into Bluey. Bluey's real name is actually Ling Yuan. Ling Yuan, Fujin, and Herblord were once friends that defended Chenyu Vale together. Turns out Ling Yuan is responsible for the changes in the environment. Ling Yuan tries to stop them from reaching Chiwang Terrace, but fails. They then talk with Ling Yuan, who says that her goal was to revert Chenyu Vale to the way it was before humans settled here. Fujin performed the Rain Jade rite many times in the past and changed the land into something humans could thrive in. Before that, the land was blanketed in spiritual energy, and if reverted to that ecology, Fujin would be able to regain her past strength. It seems Ling Yuan hasn't seen Fujin in many years and wanted to see her friend again, even if it harmed the local humans. Ling Yuan laments she does not understand why Fujin helps the humans or why she fought and died for them during the Archon War. It is because Fujin died then that she is currently in her weakened state. Fujin then talks about how much she cares for the humans and how Ling Yuan protected the humans in the past because Fujin asked her to. Fujin now asks as a friend whether Ling Yuan could help protect the humans again. Ling Yuan reluctantly agrees. Fujin performs the Rain Jade rite, fixes the ecology, and survives the process, though it uses up all her accumulated energy. Fujin says her goodbyes and leaves to rest. Ling Yuan thanks the traveler for bringing Fujin back. It was mentioned many times throughout the quest, but Fujin would have remained stuck in Carp's Rest if the traveler did not visit Chenyu Vale. The traveler possesses a unique constitution that allows her to wield adeptal energy, and that is what freed Fujin. Ling Yuan explains she spent thousands of years trying to revert the land's ecology because it was the only way she knew to see Fujin again. After they say their goodbyes, the traveler returns to Chaoying village and tells them the good news. And that is the end of this quest in this video. If you've liked what you've seen here, please like, comment, and subscribe.